Alright, I got this Vanquish 540. I got the small 8-inch coil on it. I'm here in a test garden I made. Some of the coins have been in the ground for a long time, but other ones I just buried. It's the deeper ones. So I think what I got here is a zinc penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and then some deeper targets. So I'm just running it on the relic mode. Sensitivity is, I maxed it out, then I backed it down 2 times. And it does a noise cancel when you turn it on. So this thing's pretty awesome. We'll do the 8-inch coil, then we'll do the 12-inch coil. Here's the zinc penny. These coins are probably in the 4 to 6 inch range, these first ones I'm going to do. Watch how stable the ID is though. Let me find this one. This should be the nickel. Solid 13, never comes off 13. I'm going to start lifting the coil up a little bit. There's 6 or 7 inches above it. Maybe more than that. This is a dime, probably at 4 inches, 6 inches, somewhere in that zone. I'm going to lift the coil. Try to get the coil 6 inches. Here is I think this is a quarter. This one's hitting a little low. Quarters normally hit about 30, but that's something you would dig anyway. This next target over here, this was like a 6-inch clad dime. It's kind of tough for some reason. I don't know if there's trash in there. It gets it, but it's kind of choppy. This next one here is a probably 8 or 9-inch quarter. Barely gets it with no ID. If I turn the sensitivity up, you could probably, you might dig that if you hit it just right. Here is let me find it, a deeper nickel, probably 7-inch. Let's see what the depth gauge says. Probably a 7-inch nickel at least. See, the depth gauge is at 4 bars, so that's saying like 8 inches. It's a pretty good ID for a real deep nickel like that. Alright, now we're going to try the 12-inch coil. Alright, I got the 12-inch coil on here now. I'll run through the same targets. Probably a 4-inch, 5-inch, whatever. I didn't really measure it. Zinc penny. Never comes off 21. Here's the nickel. Locked on at 13. This should be the clad dime. Locked on at 25. Next is a quarter. Start lifting the coil a little bit. Probably get the coil up 7 or 8 inches before the signal dies out. Here's that 6-inch dime, but there might be some trash with it. Okay, next is a deep quarter. It's probably at least 8 inches. IDs are jumping a little bit, but I think you'd still dig that. Now let's go with a deep nickel. Let me find the center of it here. I don't think I was over the center. All right, here we go. Deep nickel. It's not bad. Anything, if I see a 12, 13 like that and it's real deep, I'm digging it for sure. I'll show you something else too. I set up a custom program and I made some notches I'm going to show you how a lot of metal detectors, when you set notches like that, it just messes up the rest of the range for some reason. But show you this, and I'll run through it real quick. Even with notches on here, there's the penny, there's the nickel, dime, quarter, deeper dime, here's the deep quarter. Almost has a fluty like sound to it. And here is the deep nickel. Over here at this other spot, I got a couple nickels, I think like 7 and 8 inch nickels buried here. They've been in the ground for a couple years, so see if I can find them here and we'll see if we can get a good reading on them. So this is real deep nickels. Okay, that one's showing 8 inches. My battery's about to die. Let me get the other one. And I had a high conductor over here, real deep too. So I can find it. There it is. I think that's a quarter, and you can see the depth gauge is just buried. That was probably 10 inches. Got one more thing if my battery don't die. Remember, I got a Civil War bullet at about 10 inches probably. See if we can get it before the battery goes dead. Gotta find it real quick. I think it was right here. This was a real deep Civil War bullet. And I got the notches. Let me get it off where these notches and stuff. We'll go right here. The depth gauge is buried. Let me turn up the sensitivity because I have it 2 down. Here we go with full sensitivity now. If you could catch it just right on the swing, you might be able to dig that. Let me see the pinpoint here. Wow, it's got a strong pinpoint. There you go, I circled around it, getting a little bit better. Let me turn it down 1 notch on sensitivity. Okay, thing is a beast.